The ideal of one-pointed stillness of the mind, a state where mental fluctuations cease and awareness rests in unwavering clarity, has been a central spiritual goal of Hinduism since ancient times. Hindu philosophy holds that such stillness is not merely a psychological achievement, but a spiritual realization. It arises through a threefold process: giving up desires, managing karma, and above all, receiving God's grace. While discipline and ethical living prepare the seeker, Hinduism uniquely emphasizes that the final stilling of the mind is possible only through divine grace. Hinduism teaches that desire is the primary cause of mental agitation. The mind constantly moves toward objects of pleasure, fear, or attachment, creating inner turbulence. Scriptures such as the Bhagavad Gita explain that attachment to outcomes binds the mind and fuels restlessness. When desires are renounced, not by suppression but by inner detachment, the mind naturally becomes calmer and more focused. This renunciation does not demand withdrawal from life. Instead, Hinduism proposes action without craving for results. By performing duties selflessly, the seeker weakens desire's grip, allowing the mind to settle into greater stillness. According to Hindu doctrine, every action leaves an impression on the mind. These accumulated karmic impressions shape tendencies, habits, and thought patterns that disturb mental peace. Through righteous living, devotion, and knowledge, one gradually neutralizes past karma. Yet Hinduism is clear that karma alone cannot be fully exhausted by human effort. The storehouse of accumulated actions spans countless lifetimes. Thus, while ethical conduct and spiritual practice purify the mind, they prepare the ground rather than complete the journey. This limitation of personal effort points toward a higher principle. In Hinduism, God's grace is the ultimate cause of one-pointed stillness of the mind. The sage Patanjali, in the Yoga Sutras, affirms that liberation and samadhi are attained through devotion to Ishvara. While discipline restrains the mind, grace dissolves its deepest seeds of restlessness. Hindu thought maintains that the ego itself, rooted in ignorance, cannot eliminate itself. Since the mind is bound by its own limitations, only a higher consciousness can quiet it completely. God's grace operates beyond karma, cutting through accumulated impressions that no amount of effort can erase. Importantly, Hinduism presents grace not as arbitrary, but as responsive to surrender. When the seeker relinquishes the sense of doership and offers the mind to God, divine grace descends, stilling the mind effortlessly. This surrender is considered uniquely effective within Hindu devotional traditions, where God is seen as both immanent and compassionate, intimately involved in the seeker's inner transformation. While many traditions acknowledge discipline and moral effort, Hinduism uniquely integrates desirelessness, karma, and divine grace into a single spiritual framework. It does not deny effort, but places it in proper context. Effort prepares the seeker, while grace completes the journey. One-pointed stillness is thus not a mechanical outcome of practice, but a divine gift received by a purified and surrendered mind. Giving up desires calms the surface of the mind. Managing karma purifies its depths, but only God's grace can still it completely. This grace, attained through devotion and surrender, transcends human limitation and grants the seeker lasting inner silence.